Kennedy, start of the season, 0-4. It's a tough one. Where do you think the group's at the moment?
Well, I think you probably said it best. We're 0-4. It's a fairly clear and concise situation, and not an ideal one. So I think for us, where do I think the team's at? I think we're close. I think we're competitive. I certainly don't think anyone doubts that. We've certainly been in every game we've played. We can't have. I think for any team that wants to win and play winning basketball, we can't afford to have too many lapses. I thought our defence was great to start the first half. I certainly think that, whether it was a combination of our lack of aggression offensively or, I think both teams did a good job of getting heat on the rim to start the game, but no one really got to the foul line in the second half. So it really did sort of come down to a game of where the team that could probably execute and make adjustments offensively came away after the win, and credit to the Boomers, they did the better job of that today in the second half.
2 games on the weekend, obviously the trip across the Nullabore's the furthest trip in the competition. Did that have an effect late in this game? Because you're up by 17 and that last quarter...
I'm not a scientist, I can't tell you the biology and of the effects it's going to have on a body, but of course, it's a cumulative time, and it's, you're spending energy, you're travelling, time zones. Again, I'm not a scientist, but I'd probably say an experienced coach would probably do that. I'm sure if I had to go out there and play 30 plus minutes, the short answer is, of course, it has an effect. I don't know exactly what that effect is, but maybe some tired decisions down the stretch certainly affected us.
The first 4 sets in the last quarter resulted in a 3-point miss and a turnover and 2 3-pointers for the Boomers. You called a timeout at the end of that period. What was the message there? Did you feel that they were coming? Because you were still leading by 6 at that point.
Well, I used all my timeouts in those situations to stop runs. So I think the not having a timeout with 8 seconds to go at the end of the fourth quarter really hurt. And a lot of those timeouts were used to stem the runs that, the Boomers did a great job of finding plays on the ends of passes. The messages were obviously very defensive orientated, but also about our execution on the offensive end, because the only way you can really continue to put pressure on the team's offense is to ensure they're having to play defense and play long clocks. So again, the messages were very general. They were very very much based on our coverages and our schemes. I thought Jordan did a really good job. I thought we were far too passive in our pick and roll coverage in the second half, and I thought Jordan did a really good job of exploiting that. Often, drawing 2 to 3 players to the ball and then doing a great job of finding her teammates. I've followed her in LA in the WNBL. She's a classy player and played really good basketball today. So, credit to her. For us, it's again the really frustrating part for us is we're actually playing good basketball. We're playing good basketball. I still think the improvement for us is rapid. We added our captain back today. The results showed, that game could have gone in any direction. Boomers at the top of the table. I think we're right there. But we certainly want to get that first dub sooner than later.
Let's talk about some of those positives, because there is a lot of them. You are playing good basketball. You've got a talented roster. Kelsey tonight, 30-odd points, brilliant performance. How did you see her go?
Yeah, look, KG's a consummate professional. She's been working really hard during the off season to obviously get herself back to health. I played her more than I probably should have. Probably played about 5 minutes more than I needed to. At the same time, when you've got someone playing really good basketball, there isn't a coach in the league that's not going to push the button there and try and squeeze as much as they possibly can out of a great performance. So, KG's done an exceptional job. Medical staff done an exceptional job. Coaching staff done an exceptional job. But really, the credit lies with her alone, because she effectively hasn't played for almost close to 12 months. And the ability to be able to stay mentally engaged, focused and concentrated on a certain goal. And those timelines for KG have moved back and forth. The goalposts have moved back and forth. She's had continued setbacks. So for her to be able to get back out today and play a game of basketball is really big for this club and this team.
I thought you did a really great job in getting the isolation looks on Davis. She was brilliant in the painted area. How did you see her game? I think she's one of the best bigs in the competition, without a doubt.
Yep, no, Ruth probably had one of her better games today. I think a lot of that was coupled with the team making a considered effort to find her. Also having a lot of players that can shoot the ball and space the floor. That creates that time and space for Ruth. So I think those two things sort of work part and parcel. KG hitting her first three of the game really helps, because all of a sudden the defense goes, well, we can't sink or pack in here, we've got to play, and we know that Abby can shoot the ball and Alice can shoot the ball. That creates that, but Ruth continuously finishing inside and giving us an interior presence creates more space on the perimeter, because players then have to get put in 2 minds. Am I helping? Am I digging in? Am I doubling? And I thought, again, Boomers, great job, made some adjustments, started doubling, getting the ball out of Ruth's hands, and I thought as a result of that, our team did a great job of knocking down shots from the perimeter.
It's still such early doors in the season, there's so much basketball to play. What do you work on this week?
I think for us, it's just continue to work on us. And I know that's a really general statement and maybe even cliche, but I think a lot of it is just trying to continue to find combinations in that right, because effectively without saying we're starting again, we're not, because we've had a pretty comprehensive pre-season. We're 4 games in now. We're really in the thick of it, but it's continuing to find the ways they're going to continue, find us success, get us that one win.